Peace, world. Thanks for pressing play on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. I'm the channel owner here, Wood. Usually I'm talking about boxing or some entertainment topics, but I do get into some football here and there. Shout out to the Michigan Wolverines and Coach Harbaugh putting together a big win in a rivalry situation this yesterday. I'm talking about the Washington Redskins. Yes, that's the NFL team that I rock with, and I mentioned the Michigan thing because the last few years, at different parts of the season, it's been a pretty tough watch of football on Saturday and Sunday for myself. Maybe it's other guys out there that have you follow teams where it literally ruins your weekends to sit back and watch the dysfunctionality, the ineptitude, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And in boxing, we often talk about watching fights with the volume off, to kind of come to your own understanding or interpretation of the winner of a fight. And it's almost like now you almost have to watch football by yourself or off of social media. The Washington Redskins forums on Facebook are largely trash. And I hate to, dump on other people's opinions, man, but it's a lot of stuff to consider, with looking at a team. It's a million moving pieces, and you just can't react to everything. I mean, you see a player go on waivers, at the beginning of the week, and then you you check your wall or whatever the hell it's called on there, and it's pick him up. We need to pick him up. We need to pick so-and-so up. Just because they're out there. Or trade so-and-so for a second-round pick. I think today I saw trade Josh Norman for a second-round pick. Who the hell is giving you a number 2 for Josh Norman? But anyway, man, looking at the kid today at home, I didn't even realize we were 1-8. I saw that the Dolphins were like 2-7 earlier and was like, damn, we worse than the Dolphins. Wow. But looking at this game, man, it was disappointing. Again, 34-17 loss at home. And now, all of the trashing of Dwayne Haskins Jr., like, the guy is trying to figure it out. He's trying to learn how to become a pro. It's not like he has a great staff around him. It's not like he has it's not like he's coming into the best situation. I mean, he's getting his first 2 starts in the middle of the season where the rest of the league is working itself into being its best, to go into the playoffs. And here he is trying to get started. So, I mean, he's already at a disadvantage. But like I said, from the beginning of the season, man, when he was brought onto the team, my whole thinking was, with Case Keenum, was that the defense be a top 10 unit and that Darius Geis be a one of the stories of the NFL this year. The defense is a joke. I see Kerrigan had 2 sacks today. No work from anybody else. You don't even see a Redskins player is not even doing interviews during the week on like any of the major shows. Like they don't even come to. That's how bad things are on that side of the ball. I wasn't a big fan of Landon Collins. He wasn't the right kind of safety in my opinion. But I understand he's out there. You got to make a move, so on and so forth. But I've rarely heard the man's name this year. what's his name? We give up 4 touchdowns to Darnold. There's one interception by Bostic. You know, getting back to Haskins, I mean, he took a lot of sacks today, but the Jets defense, under Greg Williams, I mean, they got some playmakers on. This Jamal Adams cat had what? He had 3 sacks or three sacks on his own today. But Haskins, he doesn't have any tight end. We're not working the Harmon cat in the slot. They did. He did get the one long pass to his Ohio State teammate and McLaurin with a phenomenal catch, but once or twice a half he should be airing it out. They had it in the second half of the game was out of reach. They had it 2nd and 4, I believe. After that, they kept the ball on that penalty, on the punt. And they turned around. I think in the next couple of plays, it was like 2nd and 3rd or 2nd and 3 or 2nd and 4. I'm like, just take a shot at the end zone. They hand the ball off. They had that turnover later in the game. They get the turnover or whatever, and they don't even throw the ball into the end zone. For the last 3 to 4 years, that's been when do you throw the damn ball into the end zone? But they just dink and dunk, dink and dunk, dink and dunk. And it takes mastery to use the passing game as the run game with that dink and dunk stuff. They had the it was a 3rd and 4, I believe, and McLaurin ran 3 yards. Stuff like that, like, that's not good football. And this isn't Haskins. This is not all on him. You know, taking the sacks were bad. That interception that he threw. At that part, I might have just conceded that possession and just ran the ball 2 or 3 times or some safe. Definitely wouldn't have threw it in the middle of the damn field. I mean, he threw it. It's on him. But how about him being managed by the offensive coordinator, you know, to not, like I said, he's a young guy, inexperienced guy. Maybe I'm not even going to allow you to even foul this up. We're going to do 3 runs. Or maybe you have him run it one of those times. And then you punt the ball off and just play defense. So I don't know, man. I'm just not sitting here bashing the kid. He did throw 2 touchdowns a day. He got the Geis did most of the heavy lifting on the 45-yard pass, but he threw the bomb. I saw him throw some bigger pass, some longer passes here and there, and it seems like he's getting a little bit more comfortable. I saw him stepping up in the pocket a couple times. It seemed like he was doing some different things, but again, no tight end. It doesn't seem like we attack defenses with looking at different mismatches or working a guy in the slot like this Harmon kid, like I said earlier. You don't see many of the pick plays happening. Offensive line is kind of isn't that great. Neither one of the guys average over 4 yards a carry today. He's throwing the ball 35 times. That I know he's behind in the game, so that contributes to him having to throw the ball. But again, man, I just think for the rest of the year, we have to root for the kid. We have to want the best for him. Some people will, tank for Tua, get Tua. We need to get Tua. Look at Tua now. Like, the guy has a certain ability in his arm. I'm putting the coaching staff, you need to mine that talent and ability out of him to make it translate onto the field. Just throw him on the scrap heap and be done with him. What is he really lacking as a NFL quarterback? Decent height, above average arm. I know some of the attitude stuff and some of the things that he might be into. him dyeing his hair and all of the dangling earring thing. I want the dude to be all about football, but maybe he's got to come around to that gradually. But again, Callahan, he's an older guard head coach. Kevin Connolly, I don't know much about him, but hopefully, we don't know if any of these people even involved today. Like, what involvement and what commitment do they really have at this point in time? They might have one foot out of the door. Again, man, I'm hoping I really don't know how Bruce Allen explains things at the end of this year in a manner where he can keep his job. When we looked at this schedule at the beginning of the year, man, there were certain games on here that you thought we would win or be competitive in. I thought there was a way to get to 7-9, 8-8. But again, it's been a total shit show. There's no better word for it. It's been a total shit show. And how does Bruce Allen go in there and point to anything? Like I just said, nobody's putting in any making any requests to interview anybody on the defensive side of the ball. And really, it's no one to talk to on the offensive side of the ball. There's no face to this team. Nobody wants to hear anything that Callahan has to say, not nationally, and I'm not in D.C., so I'm sure some things, there's some interaction locally there in the D.C. and the DMV area, but it's a tough watch. I'm just hoping for there to continue to be some signs of improvement and maturation by Haskins. I saw him over there interacting with the team on the sidelines, saying some things, but let's get into the draft. Let's get a GM. I'll be happy with the new team president. And like I said, man, all these guys are hurt all the time. Vernon, I guess, is out. Thompson is out. And then the fact that that we sit here and we have all these players out here. You didn't see Jamison Crowder doing what he did today. You didn't see him doing none of that last year. What, he had 5 catches or something. He was lucky to get 2 catches last year. He caught the touchdown pass. Crowder did. My man and Preston Smith is over in Green Bay looking beast-like almost. It needs to be wholesale changes, man. But like I said, the interacting with the fan base right now, like, damn, have a clue of what you're talking about. A second rounder for Josh Norman? You think other front offices aren't watching him, the back of his jersey every week? Oh yeah, here's a number 2 for him. Come on, man. Anyway, 34-17 dropped down to 1-9. Like I said, man, I just want to see Geis, stay healthy, show some signs. I saw him running the ball hard today. Can he be a part of the future? Need a new tight end, maybe 2 tight ends. The offensive line where that was coming around, now we kind of got to start over there. So, let's get to work, man. That's it, man. Pay me no mind. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Peace.